Think about this. In 15 seconds, she gave lie to the entire heart of her campaign, because as much as she goes around and as much as the media helps her tell this story that somehow she's going to be the candidate of change, we know that Kamala Harris is the candidate of more of the same. More of the same of our fellow citizens not being able to afford groceries. More of the same of our young people not being able to afford the American dream of homeownership. More of our communities flooded with fentanyl brought in by the Mexican drug cartels. And I think in 2 days, Pennsylvania, are we ready to take this country in a different direction? Are we ready to make Donald Trump the next president of the United States? I think so. And yes, I want every single person here, I'm sure all of us, know somebody in our lives who's planning to vote the wrong way on November the 5th. But I don't want us to take the bait of Kamala Harris and the Democrats. I want us to persuade those people to vote the right way over the next couple of days. But you know, if they vote the wrong way, they vote the wrong way. They're still our fellow citizens. We're still going to love them, and we're still going to serve them as best we can. Do not follow the lead of Kamala Harris and the Democrats. Look, I'm sure a lot of us, and I count myself among you, a lot of us have lost friends over politics. A lot of us have been attacked, have been criticized, have been lied about. Look, it's the nature of the process. You're never going to hear me complain about it. But we are never going to rebuild this country if we follow Kamala Harris's lead and attack our fellow citizens for having different political positions than us. We believe in persuasion. We believe in telling you you're wrong and persuading you ought to vote for the people's president, Donald J. Trump, right? But you know something that Donald Trump will never do? Donald Trump will never go out there and say that his fellow citizens should be censored or silenced for disagreeing with him. And that is maybe the single biggest difference between Kamala Harris and Donald J. Trump is, yes, we think she's doing a terrible job, and yes, we think that you ought to vote for us, but whatever you agree or disagree with us, we believe in the First Amendment of the United States. We're going to fight for your right to speak your mind, because this is America, and that's your right. So by all means, Kamala Harris, attack me, but you know who you shouldn't attack? You shouldn't attack the citizens of this country who are pissed off because you've done a bad job. And I think our message to the American people is, don't let them call you garbage for thinking that you ought to be able to afford your groceries. Don't let them call you a racist for thinking that we ought to have a secure southern border. Don't let them say that we're bad people because we think that Kamala Harris is doing a bad job. So here's my message to Kamala Harris. We are not garbage for thinking that you've done a bad job, but in 2 days, we're going to take out the trash in Washington, D.C.